Easter, so I will just showcase one of our dishes that's very much kind of in season right now. Again, all the produce that we use is beautiful, organic, local, which is very, very important in this time. So, if you haven't already tried it, we have our beautiful gnocchi. As it's Easter, obviously we've got the Easter Bunny special using carrot. It's not only the Easter Bunny's favourite, it's also mine. So I love putting it in my gnocchi just because it's once you roast that, it's got that sweetness to it, and it's just such a robust vegetable and very much in season right now. So that's why we're using it. So I'm just going to just showcase just kind of how we bring this gnocchi together, and I'm doing large quantity here, but I'll share with you quantities that will fit you and your family better. Okay, so this is just worth noting, very much so. For every 4 potatoes, and this is for you guys at home, this will make about 8 portions. It's great, it's freezable. But every 4 potatoes, you need 1 egg and 2 cups of preferably 00 flour. If you don't have any 00 flour, you can just use your all-purpose. It's not a problem. If you are using all-purpose, I would maybe go with a tiny bit more flour because there's a little bit less gluten in that. Okay, so it's very important the potato you use. That's the most important part here. I use a russet. It has less water content in it. A russet potato, it's very easy to get hold of in most supermarkets, but everyone has their own potato that you use. Can it be waxy? Should it not be? But just go for a russet. It's really diverse. It's a potato that works very well. Okay. I always roast the potato, so make sure that don't boil the potato. What we're trying to do here is get rid of as much water content as possible in that potato. So what I did is roasted the potato for about an hour on 300 Fahrenheit until it was nice and soft and cooked. Okay. Then I peeled the potato, and what you want to do is put it through a ricer or grate your potato. You want a fine grate on your potato, similar to kind of what I have here. Okay. If you can go finer on a potato, great. But it's all going to come together anyway. Okay, so first and foremost, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of add my flour to the gnocchi here. I'm just going to sieve it in. I don't want lumps of flour, so I'm just going to go around here. I want an even distribution of flour to potato here. So I'm just going to quickly get that on there. Okay. And then simply what I'm going to do as well, I just want to kind of spread. I've got some beautiful fresh thyme, so just chuck some fresh thyme in there as well. You can put any fresh herb in here. It's a beautiful thing about gnocchi, and this is what the Italians loved. You can just put whatever produce that you have, any fresh herbs that you have in the fridge, you can chuck in there as well. I'm also going to chuck a good hefty pinch of salt. Okay, obviously you can see I have more potato than you would have, so I've got a few more pinches of salt that I will be putting in, and then obviously some good pinch of black pepper as well. Okay, and then the wonderful nutmeg. So nutmeg is a beautiful thing. So just chuck in some nutmeg as well into your gnocchi. You could probably just use 1/4 of a nutmeg, but I'm going to probably use just over half a nutmeg in this. Okay, nutmeg's in, black pepper's in, thyme's in, the flour's on, the salt's in. So now it's the time where I'm going to add the beautiful thing. You can add some Parmesan if you don't have Parmesan. If it's not local, use some good aged cheddar. So I've just got some in here now. So that beautiful fresh Parmesan. More the merrier. I love the stuff. So just chuck that on there. So you've got the baby in the background crying away. That's dad life for you. Okay. So yeah, so we've got all this beautiful Parmesan going in. And then next, we got our eggs. Okay, eggs are in. And let's not forget that beautiful carrot as well. So we just spread that carrot, beautiful roast carrot. What I did with this carrot was I put it with olive oil. I'm just gonna go and sort the baby out. Carrot into the mixture here. So with this carrot, I just beautifully roasted with some olive oil, some seasoning, and then just pulsed it in a Robo Coupe or whatever you have that you can kind of just pulse your carrots with. I just put some olive oil, salt, a few cloves of garlic, a little bit more fresh thyme, and kind of just blend that together. So we're just adding more flavour to this gnocchi, which is going to be amazing. So the next step here is we're just going to kind of combine it all together. I'm just going to chuck on some gloves here because it gets a bit messy. So just if you have some spare gloves in your house, grab them. Or if you want to just get messy, you can use your bare hands. So here I'm just gonna quickly just mix the eggs in, and then what we're slowly gonna do is we're gonna kind of just bring it all together. Okay, just make sure it's all evenly spread out. We're gonna kind of start bringing it all together here. Get the egg to bind it. The trick is here, obviously very different to pasta. Pasta, you would kind of knead it for about 5 minutes or so until it kind of come together. But this is gnocchi. You know, we don't want to work the gluten in that potato too much. Otherwise, you get a really gloopy kind of gnocchi, and that's not a fun thing to eat. So we just kind of want to just slightly mix it all together. Just use your hands here. Don't bash it too much. Just kind of work it and bind it all together here. I mean, the good word is binding. So it smells fantastic. You can really smell that parmesan, the thyme, all that fresh cheddar, the roast carrot, the garlic. So that's kind of what you want. You know, that's what food's about. So it should smell fantastic, and obviously you want it to taste fantastic as well, which I'm sure it will. So here we're just kind of just binding this gnocchi together. Okay, making sure that we can work it. Make sure you get all that ingredients in here. Okay. And you know what? Like, some people like a really nice, like, kind of smooth gnocchi, but I love it rustic, you know? I put rustic on the menu for a reason. Is, you know, just to have a piece of gnocchi and have that little bite of carrot, just to add that little bit of texture and a bit more flavour to your gnocchi. Like, it's a wonderful thing, you know. Traditional's great, but, you know, work with what you have and work with some different ingredients, and that's the exciting part of being a chef. Okay, so we're coming together here. I'm just going to grab a piece of the gnocchi just to kind of show you quickly kind of what we're working with here, okay? So it's always good to have a bit of extra flour just on the table, just so you can kind of work that gnocchi, just so it doesn't stick too much to the table. And what we're kind of doing here is we're kind of turning it into almost rolling it. So I'm going to move these gloves now, and you can put some ever fresh gloves on if you want. If you've got wash your hands, got clean hands. Okay, so we're going to bring this gnocchi together now. Okay. So you can kind of see here, I'm just kind of working it, just rolling it around. All right. Perfect. Okay. Should I grab some flour? Was rolling and it wasn't, so I rolled it and cut it, but I'll show you again quickly here. So ideally you want it kind of a ½ inch in width, and what we're doing is we're kind of just starting from the middle and we're just kind of working our way out so we get that shape. Okay, there we go. I'm just kind of working it. There we go. So we got that nice shape there now. And then what we're doing simply here is we're just going, again, 1/2 inch in, okay? Okay, so see here, you got your nice little pillows of gnocchi, okay? So if you want to add a little line in it, you can just run a fork through it, or just, if you get a gnocchi roller, you can use one of those if you want to get fancy. But you know what, let's just keep it rustic, it's simple, we're about simplicity here. Okay, so yeah, the next step would be, is just to cook it. Just get a pan of water on, make sure you put a nice bit of salt in there, get it to a rolling boil, and drop your gnocchi in, and then the perfect kind of time to kind of bring it out. Normally you're looking at about 2 minutes to 2.5 minutes, but the way to see a gnocchi is cooked is it simply just floats to the top of the water. So that's a kind of good indicator that your gnocchi is ready. And then just a good simple sauce. You can either add our homemade tomato sauce that we have on the meals to go, or one of my favorites is this. I just like to brown some butter in a pan with a bit of garlic, keep it simple, throw the gnocchi in, toss it in the butter, chuck it on the plate, bit more fresh parmesan on top, and then you're onto a winner. So up to you, play around with it, but yeah, enjoy this dish. It's really simple, and take care.